Tom Silva, the legendary carpenter and contractor from This Old House, finally addressed the rumors that have followed him for years. For decades, fans quietly wondered what was happening behind the scenes with the calm and trusted craftsman they had watched on television for more than 40 years. Now, at 77 years old, Tom has finally opened up about the struggles, pressures, and emotional moments that nearly changed everything. Tom Silva's story began long before television fame. He grew up in Lexington, Massachusetts, surrounded by construction sites, tools, and hardworking tradesmen. Building wasn't simply a profession in the Silva household. It was a way of life. His father worked as a builder, and instead of teaching through books or classrooms, he taught through experience. Young Tom spent countless hours learning how to measure carefully, cut precisely, and always respect the craft. Those early lessons shaped the man viewers would later come to admire. Tom learned that every beam mattered, every nail served a purpose, and shortcuts often led to bigger problems later. Even as a child, he understood the importance of doing things correctly the first time. Growing up in historic New England also influenced him deeply. Surrounded by colonial homes and centuries-old architecture, Tom developed an appreciation for craftsmanship that lasted generations. To him, homes weren't just buildings. They were stories built by hard-working hands. Eventually, Tom and his brother Richard founded Silva Brothers Construction. Their family-run company earned a reputation across Massachusetts for honesty, reliability, and top-quality craftsmanship. Whether restoring historic homes or handling difficult renovations, the Silva brothers became known as contractors who never cut corners. That reputation eventually caught the attention of television producer Russell Morrish, creator of This Old House. Ironically, Tom never planned to become a television personality. In fact, when Morrish first approached him about appearing on TV, Tom declined. He was too busy running his construction business and had little interest in cameras or celebrity attention. But Morrish saw something special in Tom. He recognized authenticity, knowledge, and the kind of quiet confidence viewers would trust instantly. One day, Morrish arrived unexpectedly at a job site with a camera crew. Tom was preparing a room for filming when suddenly a microphone was clipped onto his shirt, and before he knew it, he was on camera. No script, no rehearsal, just Tom Silva being himself. That natural authenticity became the foundation of his television success. By 1986, Tom officially joined This Old House as the general contractor. 2 years later, Silva Brothers Construction became the show's official contracting company. From there, Tom quickly became one of the most beloved faces in home improvement television. Over the years, viewers watched him tackle some incredible projects. There was the famous Nantucket renovation, the transformation of a historic church into a family home, and even a centuries-old farmhouse that had physically tilted backward due to structural damage. Through every challenge, Tom approached the work with calm patience and remarkable skill. What made viewers connect with Tom wasn't just his talent. It was his ability to explain complicated construction concepts in a way ordinary people could understand. He made home improvement feel approachable. Millions of viewers tuned in not only to see beautiful renovations, but to learn from him. Tom once admitted that if he hadn't become a contractor, he probably would have become a teacher. In many ways, that's exactly what he became through television. But behind the scenes, things were not always peaceful. As This Old House grew in popularity, tensions began developing between Tom and producers. According to Tom, the conflict centered around one major issue: authenticity. Producers often wanted faster filming schedules and simplified timelines for television purposes. Tom strongly disagreed with anything that made construction appear easier or quicker than it truly was. To Tom, construction wasn't entertainment. It was serious work that required patience, safety, and precision. He believed viewers deserved honesty. If the show pretended renovations happened overnight or ignored difficult steps, then it would betray the trust of the audience. That belief caused frequent clashes with production teams during the late 1980s and early 1990s. At one point, Tensions became so intense that Tom threatened to leave the show entirely unless producers allowed him greater control over how projects were presented. He refused to compromise his integrity simply for television ratings. Fortunately, producers realized how valuable Tom truly was. They understood that viewers trusted him because he represented honesty and real craftsmanship. Eventually, they agreed to give him more input and creative control. Still, the pressure never completely disappeared. In 2004, Tom seriously considered resigning from the show once again. The constant battle between production deadlines and proper construction practices had exhausted him. According to reports, he even began writing a resignation letter after discussing the situation with his family. For someone who had spent his life protecting the integrity of his craft, the stress became overwhelming. Tom felt frustrated whenever entertainment priorities threatened the quality of the work being shown. Once again, producers stepped in before it was too late. This time, they promised even greater autonomy and assured him that technical standards would not be sacrificed for filming convenience. That resignation letter was never officially sent, but the situation revealed just how close fans came to losing one of television's most trusted personalities. As the years passed, new challenges emerged. The television industry itself began changing rapidly during the 2010s. Streaming platforms, social media, and younger audiences shifted the way shows were produced. Producers reportedly discussed reducing Tom's screen time in favor of younger personalities who might appeal more to modern viewers. For Tom, this wasn't about ego or aging. It was about preserving the heart of the show. He worried that flashy edits and fast-paced content could replace the educational value and authenticity that had made this old house successful in the first place. Tom pushed back firmly. He argued that viewers still valued experience, honesty, and real knowledge over entertainment gimmicks. Many longtime fans agreed completely. To them, Tom Silva wasn't just another cast member. He was the foundation of the show itself. Yet perhaps the most emotional chapter of Tom's story came in 2018. That year, tragedy struck This Old House family when Austin Wilson, a young crew member personally mentored by Tom, passed away suddenly during a filming season. Austin had become like family to many on the production team, especially Tom. The loss devastated him. Crew members later revealed that Tom became noticeably quieter after Austin's death. He withdrew from conversations, struggled emotionally, and began questioning whether it was finally time to step away from television altogether. For the first time, those around him saw a different side of Tom Silva. Not the calm master builder who could fix anything, but a grieving mentor facing pain he couldn't repair with tools or experience. Austin's death forced Tom to confront difficult questions about life, legacy, and purpose. But in the middle of that grief, something unexpected happened. Austin's family reached out to Tom and encouraged him to continue. They shared how much Austin admired him, not only as a builder, but as a person and mentor. Those conversations deeply affected Tom. Slowly, he began finding purpose again. Just as he had restored damaged homes throughout his career, Tom started rebuilding himself emotionally, piece by piece. Then came the announcement many fans have been waiting for. In early 2025, during an internal production meeting, Tom Silva confirmed that he had no immediate plans to retire. At 77 years old, he announced he would continue serving as lead contractor and technical consultant for upcoming seasons of This Old House. The decision brought enormous relief to longtime fans and colleagues alike. For Tom, continuing wasn't simply about work. It was about legacy. He wanted to ensure that future generations still understood the value of craftsmanship, patience, and doing things correctly. Mentorship has become one of the most important parts of Tom's later career. Over the years, he has dedicated himself to guiding younger tradespeople both on and off camera. One of the clearest examples is his mentorship of his nephew, Charlie Silva, who eventually became president of Silva Brothers Construction. Tom invested years teaching Charlie not only technical skills, but also the values that built the company's reputation. Beyond family, Tom has mentored numerous professionals across different trades connected to this old house. Whether working with electricians, painters, landscapers, or carpenters, he consistently emphasizes teamwork, respect, and craftsmanship. Tom also became heavily involved in vocational education programs like Generation Next, an initiative encouraging young people to pursue careers in skilled trades. At a time when America faces major labor shortages in construction and technical industries, Tom believes trade skills are more important than ever. He frequently speaks about how fulfilling these careers can be. According to Tom, success doesn't always require a corporate office or university degree. Sometimes success begins with a toolbox, hard work, and a willingness to learn. Even at 77, Tom continues balancing television, construction projects, mentoring, consulting, and advocacy work. Friends and colleagues often wonder how he maintains the energy after decades in such a physically demanding industry. The answer seems simple. He genuinely loves the work. Tom also believes strongly in balancing tradition with innovation. While he respects modern technology and evolving techniques, he never abandons proven methods simply because trends change. He prefers thoughtful progress over flashy shortcuts. That philosophy reflects who Tom Silva has always been. In the end, his story isn't really about television fame or celebrity status. It's about integrity. It's about protecting craftsmanship in a world increasingly obsessed with speed and convenience. Tom Silva spent his life building more than houses. He built trust with millions of viewers who welcomed him into their homes year after year. He inspired countless people to pick up tools, repair broken things, and take pride in honest work. Most importantly, he proved that authenticity still matters. After decades on television, countless renovations, personal struggles, professional battles, and heartbreaking losses, Tom Silva remained standing, steady, humble, and committed to the values that shaped him from the beginning. And perhaps that's why audiences continue to admire him after all these years. Because in a world filled with noise and shortcuts, Tom Silva reminds people of something simple but powerful. Some things are still worth building the right way.